The first dilemma is from Aaron. Hey Jordan, I have a dilemma where I quit video games because I was going to sleep at like 3 a.m. and then I'll wake up at 2 p.m. It was bad. I even told myself I was going to time myself so that I cannot go over the limit, but then I didn't. I'm not sure if I should get the timer and start gaming again or just overall not playing games anymore. Honestly, there's times where I play during the day, I'm assuming, and then get bad urges after. I'm not sure if I should do all of my routines during the day and get lots of things done for myself, then start playing, and by like 10 p.m. settle down and sleep or just push it aside. And you might say it all depends on how I feel about it and what I think, but I just can't seem to find the right answer. Thanks. Well, Aaron, luckily for you, I can help you with that because I dealt with the same exact issue for probably the first 18 years of my life, man. I wouldn't say a video game addict, but I was always nocturnal and I always loved video games, especially as a pastime in the middle of the night when everyone was asleep and there was nothing to do. Now, here's what I personally did. Okay, I stopped playing video games. I completely stopped playing video games altogether. But it wasn't necessarily because of my sleep schedule. Okay, my sleep schedule was still messed up even after I stopped playing video games, as many of you guys might know. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you might remember those 5 a.m. streams that I was doing late last year, because my sleep schedule was completely backwards. But what I realized is that the best thing that you can do is create a time limit for yourself. And it seems like you already did that, but the act of creating a time limit is one thing, but actually following through on that is another thing. That's where the discipline has to come into play. For example, okay, I watch Netflix. I watch a lot of Netflix these days. I've stopped watching YouTube, and instead I've started watching Netflix with that same amount of time. And I binge watch Netflix. I give myself permission to watch as many episodes as I want. The key is I have to make sure that all of my daily tasks are done. So rest assured that as I'm filming this video right now, I have not watched any Netflix today. But also rest assured knowing that when I finish filming and editing and all of my other tasks for the day, I'm going to watch a lot of Netflix. Okay, and that's kind of a reward for myself. In the same way, you can use video games as a reward for yourself. Okay, you can have scheduled, dedicated times, or you can create certain stipulations such as you can only play video games with your friends online. Okay, and that way you can maybe have an accountability partner when you set those limits on yourself and vice versa. And you guys can hold each other accountable and say at 10 p.m., I'm getting off of the game. I don't care if I'm in the middle of a match. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to end the game. I'm turning the console off or the PC, whatever you play. Okay, you have to have that discipline. Now, for you, that discipline might come from other areas of your life. Okay, maybe you start going to the gym every day, and that's something that you have structured into your day-to-day routine every single day. Or maybe it will be taking cold showers. There's a lot of ways that you can instill discipline within yourself, but understand that this is a matter of discipline. And I can't tell you which will serve you better between moderation and elimination. You're gonna have to figure that out for yourself. But at the same time, either way, it comes down to you developing the discipline necessary to stick to whichever option you pick. The next dilemma is from Joe. Yo, Jordan, I hope everything is good. Everything is going great with me, man. I hope everything is going well with you as well. Although I'm assuming that with you sending me a dilemma, everything isn't going well. So let's see if I can help you out with that. But now, I've been watching you since 2020 about NoFap. And during my journey, I've been hating women because I've also been consuming black pill content. I decided to not watch them anymore because it played a huge negative role toward myself and others. Now I don't know what to do next. How do I move on from there, and how do I be able to be friends with girls? Thanks. Okay, Joe, so here's the thing about that, man. You guys have to understand that the content that you consume will greatly affect your perceptions of the world, especially nowadays. Okay, you're 19 years old, you grew up with social media, more or less. Okay, most of us did. Most of us watching this grew up with technology, grew up with the internet, and YouTube in particular. So if you're consuming black pill content, if you're consuming red pill content, or anything else in between, that is going to greatly influence your mindset. It doesn't matter how strong-minded you are. If you are constantly consuming these videos, the chances are you probably have some repressed trauma within you and you're looking for confirmation bias. And the thing about the internet is that when you look for confirmation bias, you will find it. You will find groupthink. You will find limiting belief systems that are perpetuated through entire communities of people. Okay, and you have to be mindful of that whenever you choose which videos you're going to watch. Okay, it's one thing to be open-minded and hear another person's perspective. It's another thing to become entrenched in somebody else's limiting belief systems that you feel resonate with your limiting belief systems, as opposed to approaching them from a place of understanding and looking to work through them. Okay, the thing about black pillars, and I'm not going to get too deep into that, into black pill as a whole, because I don't think it's worth making a video on that personally. But the thing about a lot of these communities in general is that these people aren't looking for solutions. They're looking for spaces to complain. Like I've said in the past, a lot of these men in these communities need therapy. A lot of them need therapy, but not everyone is going to take that action for themselves. You've already taken that step in realizing that that is not serving you in your reality. It is creating these limiting belief systems. It is altering your perspective in a very negative way. And that's good. It's good that you've come to that conclusion. But at the same time, now it's time to uncondition your mind, decondition your mind, rather. It's time to undo all of those negative belief systems, untie those knots in your head. Okay, and that's going to take some time. But it starts with first, not consuming that content anymore, which you're already doing. Now you have to recognize your power. Okay, if you're watching Black Pill videos, if Black Pill videos resonated with you at some point or another, I'm going to assume that you maybe fell into the victim mentality. Maybe you've spent the majority of your life, if not all of your life, in the victim mentality. You believe that you're a victim of women. Even though you don't watch the content anymore, the belief is still there. Okay, now you have to remove that belief. You have to understand that you are not a victim of anyone. You create your own reality. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you recognize your power, and the sooner you can change your life for the better. You see, the way that I'm living right now, this isn't by accident. I've shown my work. I've left all the receipts there. But it's on you guys to take the information that I've given you, take the proof, the evidence, if you will, and apply it into your own lives in ways that match your desires. Okay, I'm giving you the raw materials, but it's on you to take those raw materials and construct the life that you want to live. But that starts with removing those limiting beliefs. If you have those limiting beliefs about women or about any group of people, but in this case, women, you'll never find love because you don't love yourself. You believe that you're not worthy of having the reality that you want. You believe that you're only worthy of what other people choose to give you. You're at their mercy when you're not. You're at your own mercy. You're at the mercy of your own belief systems. So the sooner you realize that and apply it into your life, and like I said, this will take time and maybe even therapy for you. But the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll be able to establish healthy relationships with other people, but most importantly, a healthy relationship with yourself. The next dilemma is from Ryan Richardson. What's up, Jordan? I really need to know how to get through an injury and gain confidence in crutches. I recently injured myself playing football in gym, and now my lifestyle changed. I lost confidence because of my crutches I wear and even scared to go to restaurants. When I go to school, I have to deal with weird people trying to take my crutches and it's annoying. And I gained a low self-esteem for myself and all I can do is look forward to recovery, which is taking longer than expected. And sometimes I wonder what it's trying to teach me. Any advice? Well, first of all, you have a very mature mindset. That last sentence right there, I wonder what it's trying to teach me, that lets me know that you're ahead of the learning curve, in a sense. Okay, you know that this is for a greater purpose. Okay, there is always an opportunity in every unfortunate scenario. I'm speaking from experience with that. There's always something good to be taken. Now, first of all, man, the fact that people are trying to take your crutches from you is crazy, bro. I've never heard of that personally. I have never heard of that. Those people, they need to be locked away somewhere far, bro. Alcatraz. Okay, Mars, somewhere that we don't need to see them anymore, because that's crazy, man. You're 16 years old. If they're 16 as well, they should know better than to do that, bro. That's crazy to me, but that's besides the point, man. Maintain a positive attitude. Okay, acknowledge that you are in the situation that you're in, and maybe it's less than ideal, but when one door closes, another one opens. Okay, and the less time you spend trying to open the door that's locked and closed, the more time you have to walk through the other door that's already open and explore that room.